everyone, welcome to my channel. How are you all doing? All cool? So today we are going to discuss about the comparison of fractions, and we will also discuss how to arrange the fractions in ascending and descending orders. Okay, so let us start the class. Students, we have discussed about the fractions, their formations, how to represent them on the number line. Whosoever is new to my channel, they can go to the playlist of fraction and they can watch the videos. Okay, today let us discuss how to compare between fractions. Fractions are in the form of a by b, where b is not equal to 0. We have already discussed it. So to compare, we need to look for the numerator and the denominator. Okay, by looking into the numerators and the denominators of multiple fractions, we can compare them. Comparing means what? Which is greater, which is smaller. So just remember, if there are two fractions in the form of a by b and c by b, here we have different numerators. Okay, so how to compare between them? We just need to focus on the numerators because the denominators are equal. So if a is greater than c, then a by b is greater than c by b. Okay, for example, 2 by 7 and 3 by 7. Okay, so 3 by 7 and 2 by 7, they both have denominator 7, but the numerators are different, 2 and 3. So in this case, 3 is greater than 2. That's why 3 by 7 is greater than 2 by 7. Okay, 3 by 7 is greater than 2 by 7. It is very simple to know. Why? Because we have already discussed that fraction is nothing but taking out some parts out of some equal parts. So just focus on these two fractions. Both have 7 parts, 7 equal parts, and we are taking out 2 parts in the first fraction and 3 parts in the second fraction. So obviously 3 parts will be greater than 2 parts. Okay, so 2 by 7 is smaller than 3 by 7, or you can say 3 by 7 is greater than 2 by 7. But one thing to remember is that the fraction should be part of the equal whole. Okay, the fraction should be part of equal whole. What does it mean? Let us discuss. Okay, students, you can see there are two boxes of equal size, and I have divided each box into 7 equal parts. So let us now represent the fractions 2 by 7 and 3 by 7 in these boxes. Okay, so let us represent this as 2 by 7 and this is as 3 by 7. So 2 parts out of 7 equal parts. I have shaded 2 parts out of 7 equal parts and 3 parts out of 7 equal parts. So students, you can see it is quite obvious that the shaded portion of the second box is greater than that of the first box. So it is important that when we compare fractions, they should be from the equal whole part. Otherwise, the comparison is not correct. Let us take another example. Okay, let us now erase the first box and place another bigger box here and try to represent it in the form of 2 by 7. Okay, students, here I have a box which is bigger than this. This is 3 by 7 as per this box. But when I represent 2 by 7 over here, 2 divided by 7, that means 2 parts out of 7 equal parts. See, this is 2 parts out of 7 equal parts. So it is quite obvious that this area is greater than this area, isn't it? The shaded portion in the first box is now greater than the second box. Though the numerator of the first fraction is smaller than the numerator of the second fraction. But we cannot say that 3 by 7 is greater than 2 by 7 because both the boxes are different in their sizes. So I think you should have a clear idea about how to go about comparison of fractions when the denominators are equal but the numerators are different. So students, you need to keep it in mind that the fractions from same whole can be compared. Okay. So now let us check how to compare fractions where the numerators are same but the denominators are different. Okay. Students, whenever we have fractions in the form of a by b and a by c, that means in this case the numerators are same but the denominators are different. So just remember, in this case a by b is greater than a by c if c is greater than b. For example, 3 by 5 and 3 by 7. So in this case 5 and 7 are the denominators of the fraction 3 by 5 and 3 by 7. 5 is less than 7, or we can say 7 is greater than 5. So here 3 by 5 is greater than 3 by 7. 3 by 5 is greater than 3 by 7. Okay, in this case also we need to keep in mind that they should be out of the same whole. They should not be taken out of different types or different size or different quantities. Okay, the value of the whole should be equal. Let us now check how does it happen. Okay, students, here we have three boxes. Box 1 and 2 are equal in size and box 3 is a bigger one. Okay, so box 1 is divided into 5 equal parts, box 2 is divided into 7 equal parts, and box 3 also divided into 7 equal parts. So let us now check how to compare the fractions correctly. Okay, we have the fractions 3 by 5 and 3 by 7. So 3 parts out of 5 equal parts. So 3 parts out of 5 equal parts. Let us shape it. So this is your 3 by 5. 3 parts out of 7 equal parts. So let us shape 3 parts out of 7 equal parts. So you can clearly see that the shaded portion of the first box is greater than that of the second box. That is why I have already told you that whenever C is greater than B, then A by B is greater than A by C. Okay, you need to understand that. Here in this case, you can clearly see that the fraction 3 by 5 is greater than that of 3 by 7. But you need to understand one thing, that they are same in size. Here, let us represent 3 by 7 in this box. So it will be like this. So now you can clearly see that here, though we have represented 3 by 7 in this box, this shaded portion is greater than the shaded portion of the first box, isn't it? But here also the value of C is greater than value of B. 7 is greater than 5, but in this case 3 by 7 is greater than 3 by 5. So this is not the right way to compare between fractions, because we need to have same whole. In this case, the whole is the box. These two are of same size, so we can compare the fractions. But we cannot compare the fractions when they have different whole value. Okay? Hope you understand. Students, let us now discuss some examples. Okay? Suppose we have two fractions 8 by 11 and 7 by 11. here in this case the denominators are equal, so greater the numerator, greater is the fraction. 8 is greater than 7, that is why 8 by 11 is greater than 7 by 11. Another example, suppose I take 9 by 25 and 9 by 30. So in this case what happens? The numerators are same and the denominators are different. So what we have already discussed, greater the denominator, smaller is the fraction. So 9 by 30 is smaller than 9 by 25 because 30 is greater than 25. Greater the denominator, smaller the fraction. In case of equal denominator, greater the numerator, greater is the fraction. Okay, you just keep it in mind. Now, I think you can also compare between fractions by yourself, isn't it? Students, what we have discussed about the comparison of fraction is just comparison between two fractions. How can we compare between multiple given fractions? So, to compare between multiple fractions, we need to convert the fractions into equivalent like fraction. Equivalent like fractions. Equivalent like fractions. Okay, we have already discussed about the like fractions. So now we will discuss how to convert the given fractions into equivalent like fractions. Okay, students, suppose we have three given fractions. Those are 2 by 3, 3 by 5 and 7 by 15. Okay, so as we have three different fractions, we can go for the comparison by just like this. We need to convert them into equivalent like fractions. So to do that, first we need to find out the LCM of the denominators. Okay, so LCM of the denominators. First step is to find the LCM of the denominators. Here 15 is a common multiple of 5 and 3, so the LCM is 15. So in this case, LCM is 15. What is the next step? We need to convert the fractions into like fractions. How we can do that? We will multiply the denominators with numbers such as they will have a denominator 15. So students, first fraction 2 by 3, we need to multiply 5 to get 15, but one thing to remember, we will get 15 over here. So what does it mean? Now if we leave it like that, suppose 2 by 15, we are actually changing the value of the fraction, because in the first case it is 2 parts out of 3 equal parts, but here now it is 2 parts out of 15 equal parts. That means this value is smaller than this. So what we need to do, we need to multiply the same number with the numerator as well. So it will now give us 10 by 15. So 10 by 15 is an equivalent fraction of 2 by 3. Same way, 3 by 5 means we need to multiply 3 with numerator and denominator to get 9 by 15, and third fraction is 7 by 15. So now 10 by 15, 9 by 15 and 7 by 15 are equivalent like fractions because they have equal denominators. Now we can very well compare between these fractions. See, 10 is greater than 9 and which is also greater than 7. So in this case, because we have already discussed that whenever we have equal denominators, greater the numerator, greater is the fraction. So 10 by 15 is greater than 9 by 15 is greater than 7 by 15. So 7 by 15 is the smallest among these three fractions. So let us now represent the given fractions as per their equivalent fractions. Okay. So students, 10 by 15 is the equivalent fraction of 2 by 3. 9 by 15 is the equivalent fraction of 3 by 5. So as we have found out that 10 by 15 is greater than 9 by 15. So 2 by 3 is greater than 3 by 5. And 3 by 5 is also greater than 7 by 15. So here what we have done, we have gone in a descending order. Descending order. Descending order. Descending means from greater to smaller. Greater to smaller. So we have arranged the given fractions in descending order. Same way we can represent in the ascending order. Ascending means smaller to greater. So how can we arrange? 7 by 15 is smaller than 3 by 5 is smaller than 2 by 3. So this is ascending order. This is descending order. Students, you can see there are 3 questions on the board. In the first 2 questions, we need to fill in the blanks with greater than or smaller than sign. Okay. So 15 by 27 dash 19 by 27. In this case, the denominators are equal. So we need to see which numerator is greater. So that will be the greater fraction. As we know that when the denominators are same, then greater the numerator, greater is the fraction. So we will write that 15 by 27 is greater than 19 by 27 because 19 is greater than 15. Second question, 14 by 25 dash 14 by 29. In this case, the numerators are equal. What we have already discussed, that whenever the numerators are same, greater the denominator, smaller is the fraction. Here 29 is greater than 25. So 14 by 29 is the smaller fraction. So we will write 14 by 25 is greater than 14 by 29. Students, I have seen many students to have a confusion in this sign, greater than and smaller than. So I am going to give you a trick how to place this symbol greater than and smaller than, because see, this is greater than when 5 and 4 are written like this. But if I write 4 greater than 5, it is wrong. We need to write 4 is smaller than 5. So what do you see? That see, the greater number has always an opening and the smaller number has always a closing point. That means the opening of the symbol should always be toward the greater number and the closing of the symbol or the pointed part should always be toward the smaller number. Okay, so 15 is smaller than 19 because 15 is smaller, the closing part of the symbol is towards it. In this case, 14 by 29 is smaller than 14 by 25. That's why the closing part of the symbol is towards 14 by 29 and the opening part of the symbol is towards 14 by 25. Hope you understand this. In the third question, 18 by 12 is equal to an empty box by 72 is equal to 24 by an empty box. We need to fill this empty box. So what we need to understand that we are going to place the numerator in this case and denominator in this case so that the fractions will have equal value. That means these two fractions are equivalent fractions of 8 by 12. So what we need to do, we need to focus on the numerator or the denominator that is given. In the second fraction, it is 72, which is the denominator. We need to find the relationship with the denominator of the base fraction. So 72 is nothing but 12 into 6. So we need to multiply 6 with the numerator to make it an equivalent fraction. So it is 48 by 72. Okay. So now we have the answer for the second fraction. What about the third? Again, 8 3s are 24. Now we have the numerator with us. So what is the relationship with this numerator with the base numerator 8? It is 3 times the base numerator 8. So 8 into 3, 24. So 12 into 3, that is 36. So we have got the answer for the question. Okay. Hope you understand. Students, let us now discuss this question. In the second fraction, the denominator is given but not the numerator. So what is the relationship of the denominator of the second fraction with the denominator of the first fraction? It is 3 times the denominator of the first fraction. So 15 3s are 45. So we need to multiply 3 with the numerator of the first fraction. So 6 3s are 18. Now in the third fraction, the numerator is given but not the denominator. What is the relationship between the numerator of third fraction with the numerator of the first fraction? See, 2 is smaller than 6, but what is the relationship? It is 1/3 of 6. That means 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2. So we need to divide the denominator of the first fraction with 3. So it will give us 5. So 2 by 5 and 18 by 45 are equivalent fractions of 6 by 15. So let us confirm it by converting these fractions into their reduced form. Okay, 6 by 15, 6 and 15 are divisible by 3. So 3 2s are 16, 3 5s are 15, it is 2 by 5. 18 by 45. The HCF of 18 and 45 is 9. So 9 2s are 18, 9 5s are 45, 2 by 5. So see, they have the base or the reduced form as 2 by 5. So in this way we can solve this type of questions. Okay, hope you understand. Students, today we have discussed how to compare between fractions, how to convert the fractions into equivalent like fractions, how to arrange the fractions in ascending and descending order. We have also solved some questions. Hope you have understood everything clearly. If not, then please watch the video again and mail me the doubts to the mail ID that is visible on your screen. Okay? Those who are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you will be notified when I upload a new video. Okay? Students, I used to say that for better understanding and for better development in knowledge, we need to practice more and more. So do not hesitate to practice, do not hesitate to revise. Revise again and again. Solve the problems given in your books so that you will have a better understanding of all the concepts that you learn. Okay? So enjoy your life, but keep learning and most importantly, keep smiling.